Hey everybody, Chrissy here for Thermoweb, and today I'm going to show you how to make a few patriotic cards, and we're going to use the new transfer flax sheet, but kind of in an unconventional way. So the first thing that I did was I grabbed my Pixie spray and I sprayed it on the back of this cute star stencil here. So I knew that I wanted to use the Metallix gel and the Glitz glitter gel on this black cardstock. So even though I initially started putting the Metallix gel and I'll put the Glitz glitter gel on with a palette knife, I did end up using my Stencil pal to go ahead and pull everything and smooth it out. So that is the great thing about the Stencil pal is once you use it and you pull it across, everything has the same amount of whatever material or medium you're putting on your stencil. So here you can see I'm kind of like scraping it with my palette knife, but the problem with that is it's not always perfect. So now I'm going to go and I'm going to put this Glitz glitter gel on, and this is the red velvet. The Metallix gel that I'm using is the white pearl. So, and I should mention that you can mix these together if you want. You do get a really cool look to it. There is a video out there showing on our YouTube channel, on Thermoweb's YouTube channel, showing how to do that. So here now I'm going to just kind of go and pull it across. So I'm cleaning off my stencil palette only because I don't mind a little bit of glitter mixing in with my Metallix gel and vice versa, or my Glitz glitter gel, but I didn't want it to be completely mixed together. So then I just cleaned off my stencil pal real quick. I know you can see when you pull off the stencil how pretty it looks. It's almost like, kind of almost like an ombre effect, but it's with the two different mediums. So I think it's kind of fun that we've got the Metallix and the Glitz glitter kind of working together. So now I mentioned we're going to use the flax sheets. I'm actually going to use those as like a background panel. So you'll see that in a little bit. I just kind of wanted to show real quick that I'm using the blue diamond. So next I grabbed a stamp set from Clair. This is called the Hero set. And just using some watermark ink, I am stamping the sentiment on, and I'm using my Misty stamping tool only because I want to make sure that I get a nice crisp impression because I am going to be heat embossing, and that's why I'm using that watermark ink. So that gives me a little bit more time. It doesn't dry quite as quickly as some of the other inks out there. So then I have the time to go ahead and stamp them and then put the white powder on it and then use my heat gun to activate that embossing, the white embossing powder. So I'm just doing the same thing with the second card. So I have the two different sentiments. I actually stacked a couple of words together to create my own sentiment. So that's one of the fun with that stamp set. And now here you can see I'm going to add the little white embossing powder on there, and I flick off the excess. Because I'm using the black, any extra white powder would really show up. So I do recommend using like a chalk pouch or an anti-static pouch or something ahead of time before inking and adding that powder because it can kind of stick there. And if it does stick, it's okay. You can use like a razor blade or like a pick or anything like that to kind of get off any extra little dots that you might not want on there. So now I'm going to start assembling my card. I'm just using these 3D foam squares. I like to use a lot of them. There's also strips available and sheets available. So if you want to go ahead and have it solid 3D on the back, I'd recommend one of the adhesive sheets, and then you can just kind of cut it down a hair under and have the whole thing be kind of like a solid 3D foam. So that is the flax sheet that I mentioned that I'm using kind of as a frame to my front panel. So here I am assembling that front panel that we just added the gel and everything to, but I am actually using my Deco foil liquid adhesive, and I'm using that because if I use any other type of non-liquid adhesive, it would just pull that flocking right off because that's what it's made for. The whole idea of the flocking is that you have some sort of adhesive and then it pulls the flock off onto where you want it. But in this particular case, I want to leave the flock as is just so it can kind of frame my front panel, and so then it also gives me kind of red, white, and blue, but in a non-traditional way because I have the white pearl that's not quite white, and then I have kind of like a brighter blue. So we're going to go ahead and I'm going to adhere that there, and I did let it sit upside down by itself with something heavy on top of it for maybe 5 minutes, and then it was fully adhered and it stuck on great. Thanks so much for stopping by today. I can't wait to see how you use your Glitz glitter gel and Metallix gel. Have a great day.